Okay, hello everyone, this is Sado and we're about to stream this game in the tournament right now. It's a bit late for me, but I'll try to do this. We're still in lobby at the moment. The game is gonna be played on rebound. I'm guessing we will start soon. We're still waiting. This can't take too long. There we go. The first like of the game. Okay, this will be eventful, it seems. Not sure if it's MexB or Jeronimo though. MexB probably. Okay, nice. Hopefully this is the last time we have some lags in this game. So the map we're playing here is called Rebound. Its main feature is the amount of food in the storehouse. As you can see, it's pretty small. Only 45 wine, 25 bread, and 5 sausages waiting for you in the storehouse. This is a really low amount. That being said, however, this map is pretty easy when it comes to getting all the other resources, which for experienced players, just like 4 players we have here today, should mean really nice armies on peacetime. As you can see, Dima is blocking off most of the resources in the storehouse, so his serfs will not be too occupied with bringing these resources to the store for the entire time of the game. Anyway, I need just a little technical break, which means I won't be moving around too much, talking for 1 or 2 minutes.
See you soon.
Just a little more time. You can see Dima, he has already 3 stonemasons, and he's making 2 more and his first woodcutter here. Oh, sorry, second one obviously, because he's already making a sawmill here. In the meantime, his teammate Jeronimo is slightly behind. I think at least, because his woodcutter, well, he should have made it a bit earlier, I think, because he should have already had the road somewhere close here. So his sawmill will be a bit later than anticipated.
Channel switched. 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 Channel switched.
Okay, so I'm finally here. I did all the advertising I could. I'm hoping for a nice view count, even if it's a bit too late. For that, I guess it's 20 to 30 in the Central European time zone. We're 10 minutes into the game. This is 1.5 speed. Looking at Jeronimo's base. Maybe let's change the view a bit for a second. So to make a short introduction on the teams, we have Mexican B and Mexican T versus Dima and Jeronimo in the first round of Mandos and Baratheon's 2 versus 2 tournament. There's already some games which have been played. I think except 2 games, this one and Tomic Spadchik versus Bolts and Shady, if I'm correct. Let me pull up the results page. I must admit one thing though, I'm pretty sure the organizers are watching, so consider this an advice for later. You should really have some central place for having the results, for example. Like, you should maybe edit the first post in the tournament topic, because it's quite a bit of a hassle to find all the results and the team list and stuff like this, because they are divided into 2 teams and every single post is like a new post. You can just edit the first post in the results and in the tournament topics. It would be much easier. Just have the entire list there. Anyway, I wonder if I can just show it on the stream. Yeah, I should be able to. Just give me a second. This should be it. The problem is... now you can see it. Okay, so... just like you can see here, this is the list of teams in the tournament. We have Bala and Mandos, Boss and Stocky, MexT and MexB, 3 teams from Istar clan, 1 team from Bill clan, Mr. Fundonati, Destiny Rakieta from, well, I won't say the name aloud because this stream is, you know, PG-18, sorry, and three teams from RA: Bold and Shady, Grandpa Grossmeister, and Richard and Gopnik. And Zatora and Kungen. The only team without a clan, I guess. This was the ladder, like the first games were like this, and yeah, that's the problem. We really need some kind of a official results page. You can see that Team Stocky won against Gross Grandpa, Jack and Bullet won versus Baron Mantos versus the organizers, quite early to get kicked out of your own tournament, but you know, it happens. And their opponents were quite good. I didn't watch those games yet because just came back from work, and I was waiting for Jero to arrive so the game here could be started. In the meantime, while we're still talking about what's happening in the tournament, I think I'll just move on to another base. As you can see, this is MexB's base right now. Second summon already. I'd say it's quite early, but on this map you have some extra tree trunks in the storehouse, so this is not the worst idea. I think okay, I'll pause talking about the tournament for a while, and I'll just take a quick look at how the cities are looking right now, and then we'll be back to discussing the results. So yeah, MexB already Iron Mine, that's neat. Going for some farms, as you can see. The expected thing to happen is he will most likely make a most likely make a mill instead of a swine farm. But I've seen people go for swine farms first on this map as well, so it's a question of preference and skill, I guess. Anyway, his gold production seems to be almost working. This is a bit late, I'm afraid. I'm unsure. Maybe let's compare to others. Yeah, you can see MexT is running the gold production already. I'm quite sleepy today, but I think I'll manage. Let me see a Dima. Yeah, the goal is up. Same here with Jeronimo. What else can we say? I think MexB might be a bit short on the wood in a couple of minutes. He can still grab this forest on the left though, so he might be fine in the end. Dima has a lot of forests on his location. He even cut one already. I don't like roads like this. Of course, it's quite early into the game, so it's not a big mistake. Not even a. I wouldn't even call it a mistake so early into the game. And you can see he's already trying to walk around this. So yeah, he's fully aware of the fact that you should have nice shortcuts in your town. Especially that this inn without a shortcut would probably block his city in a really annoying way. Okay, that's plenty of farms already. 4 farms in 14 minutes. And he's going for more. I think you can see he has plenty of space left here for the farms. If I were himself, I'd probably block this stone, but maybe, you know, it's still not too late, not too early for this. I mean, not too late for this, because he doesn't have in yet. Oh, now he did. But you know, he knew it himself. He's not watching stream. We're sure of that because there's a 15 minutes delay. I'm not too, you know, I could depend on those guys not cheating. That's for sure. But since this is a tournament, we have some rules in this tournament, and one of them says that we can have streamers, but they should set 15 minutes delay. It's because, well, I'd probably opt for a longer delay, but it's technically problematic. I believe it's possible to make a bigger delay now, but well, I don't want to get too technical right now, because it's not really the interesting thing for you, I guess. So I'll just say that 15 minutes should be fine enough. So even if one of those players would be watching the stream, it shouldn't make a difference. You shouldn't know too much just looking at a stream, which is about 45 minutes into the game on peacetime, for example. Anyway, Jeronimo, he is known to be a master of slow builds. So if you don't kill him in 30 minutes or in 40 maybe, then you're likely to lose the game in the long term. And this log seems quite suitable for that. There's plenty of space for farming. As you can see, he's quite ambitious with the farms already. Not much more ambitious than Dima, perhaps. I believe it's all about the fast start, though. As you can see, yeah, MexT has quite a nice start. Let's see how the iron compares between all the players. We can check the farms at the same time, because you know, a perfect city should have both good leather and iron production. But if you make one of these too early and the other one too late, then you might get only iron and a bit less leather, or you might get none if your city just dies out of starvation. Anyway, as you can see, this is also, I think this is even better than going mill only first, and that is he made the swine farms first, and then he's going for a mill, which will be needed for sure. He also has a armor smithy already, not really working yet because there's some kind of a problem with coal. Okay, maybe it's working, but very slowly. I don't know. Anyway, Mexican T. You can see MexB made only one iron mine, while MexT opts for making two at the same time. Not the worst idea, because it's better to have a bit more iron ore in the mines, waiting for the second iron smith to be built, because the iron smithy is working a bit faster than the iron mines, which means that if you stack up a bit of the ore here, then the smithy will have a chance to work for like all the time. Just hold on for a second. I'll show Jeronimo in the meantime. 5 farms so far, and 3 iron mines. That's interesting, but no iron smithy. Okay, this might actually be a nice idea. His swine farm and mill are being built at the same time. This is quite a strange location of this building, but well, I guess it will work. I wouldn't say this base looks nice, but I'm not saying it will not work, because this is yet to be determined. Anyway, we're moving quickly. There's 31 minutes left before peacetime goes off. You can see Jeronimo has 3 iron mines and he's keeping the iron ore in the storehouse, while his iron smithy is quite late. This might be a good tactic to not lose all the ore you can mine, because as I said before, iron smithies work a bit faster, which means that if he can stack up a bit in the storehouse, then he might be able to catch up even if his iron smithies are a bit later. And this enables him to make more buildings of other kinds in the meantime. With that being said, however, I think he's still slower than the other players somehow. I can exactly pinpoint why though. You can see the farms of the other players seem quite similar. Dima might have the most impressive farms, but I'm not sure. Okay, Mexicans are not bad either. They're just building through the corn all the time, so yeah, it doesn't look like here where you have some to. Yeah, okay, yeah, they're definitely at least as good as Dima or even better. Okay, so let's quickly skim through the results while still we can. So Destin Rakieta won versus Evan Regis. The Polish team probably didn't stand a chance. No offense to Evan Regis. I like them and they're good players, but Destin Rakieta are really legendary players. Most likely 2 best Russian players in this game, like ever. There's been quite a few good players from Russia in the history. Some people will probably say that like Lord Stronghold was one of the best Russian players as well, but he was from a bit different times. When I was starting playing on the high level, he was finishing his Knights and Merchants gaming, I think, so I can't comment on that too much. But anyway, just like I said, this was an expected win. And Kung and Zatora versus Golem first. Congratulations to them as well. And that's like 1, 2, 3, 4 games. I know Gopnik Yucha vs Skeletor and Holojets was still being played like 1 hour before we started here, but I didn't see later. So, well, I think they're not playing anymore because I'm really doubtful the game could take like 2 hours plus. If someone knows the result, please post about it in the chat. I'll be glad to find out. And of course, keep in mind that the stream is a bit delayed. Anyway, which games are still not played? Bolt Shady versus Tomix Berchik. I know they will play tomorrow, but unfortunately I will not be able to stream this. There's hope maybe Philo will be able, the other streamer. I know he's also short on time, just like myself, but there's it's always a chance. I think Sean Body versus Fudon was not played, but I am not quite sure about any other games. And we saw results for these three and for Kungen. Yeah, so seems like the next round should be, well, we don't know these results, and Kungen versus one of these, and we'll figure out who will play. Oh, this is really interesting. The winner of this pair will play against Desti and Raketa, and I'm sure someone will want to stream this. I will try. I'll do my best. If they play on Sunday, I will stream this for sure. This might be the most interesting game in the tournament, because I guess Mexicans and the Russians, if I may call them Mexicans, are two teams that are expected to win this tournament, at least on paper, you know. Going back here, so Boss and Stocky will play versus Jack and Bullet. That's another pair we know already. Yeah, that's it. To be honest, I think the lower ladder, so this one, is a bit more powerful. The best teams on paper here are probably Donati and Fu. Maybe Kungazatora, I'm not sure. This is an interesting team as well, Skeletor and Holojet, or Xoilodel as some will call him. The other teams are on a similar level, not a low level, that's for sure, but a bit lower. Anyway, I think this is the time to go back to the game entirely. I'm waiting for someone to ask what kind of photo was there. I think it was Stefan the Great's photo, at least that's what he has on avatar on the forums. Because I was just showing you the topic on the forums with the tournament screenshots of the ladder. Anyway, going back to the game, 23 minutes till peacetime. Iron production seems to be going up here. MexB is going for a combination of knights / swords, and hard to tell before he makes the weapon smithy. I'd hazard a guess that he'll make a couple of pikes, like 10, and go for the X-bows. That's just a general feeling I have. One thing you probably noticed by now is that not many players have stables so far. The only Mexican T was brave enough. 8 farms. I guess you can't really make a really small city with 5-6 farms on this map, unless you want to sacrifice having horses. You need at least 8 farms to be competitive on this map. It's a bit different from other maps. With 5-6 farms you can easily have at least 2 swine farms, 1 stable, and well, you can also make 1 more swine farm or a mill, for example. And where you can see that Mexican T seems to be going for a more usual strategy regarding iron production. So no X-bows, no pikes. Quite a lot of farms though. This might be interesting. Okay. Nice space management. You can see he destroyed the storehouse to make a school. I like the way the city looks like as well. You know, it looks planned really well. It's aesthetically a pleasure to look at, I'd even say. Like MexT would say, it's all about aesthetics. and in this case it certainly is. Looking at the minimap, the other cities shouldn't be too bad either. Yeah, you can see MexB city looks quite nice as well regarding the build, regarding how it looks. Why is it so important though? Maybe it isn't. You know, I've seen a lot of cities which look bad, but they work. So we will never be sure about it. Yeah, Dima city is nice as well. You should make your city as small and as compact as possible. This way, at least usually. There might be some exceptions to that. Like, for example, it's usually a good idea to have a bit of space below the inn, for example. But you can see the pro players don't really care about it. Oh, okay, MexB has some space here. This should work, I guess. I guess we'll see when something starts to happen. Lots of people will try to eat here, which hopefully will not happen, because that might mean starvation in MexT city. Anyway, looking at Dima, I'm trying to figure out what combo is going for, but it's probably standard combo, just like MexT. Let's take a look. Still no weapon smithy, so I'll be unable to figure out the combination he's going for. But I'm still betting on Xbox. Okay, no surprises for Jero, which in Jero's case means pikes and pikes. Okay, so pikes only when it comes to iron. This most likely means he'll make a bit of lances as well, and of course a lot of bows. Trying to figure out how many leather jackets he'll have. He has already 5 skins here. Where's the tannery? Can't see it. Oh, I mean, okay, the building is not built yet, obviously. I think I was looking for the swine farms to check on the skins. Okay. Anyway, okay, this looks interesting. These roads, come on. Looks like 7 farms for Jero is the limit. I must say, his city looks least aesthetically pleasing. Just compare this. You can see the heart of the city is like in one spot, so the serfs will mainly walk like here. Well, obviously they have to go here because of the gold, and you can see the only spider legs, as I would call them, are the farms and the woodcutters, and it's exactly the same in the case of MexT and Dima, as you can see. The farms and woodcutters are ideally separated in those 3 cities, which I always love to talk about. Obviously we'll see how important that is in this game. Jero's city isn't the worst when it comes to separation, but there's a few bigger mistakes. Okay, I just read Donati's comment, which you guys probably read like 15 minutes ago, mind that. And I will be extra sure today to not miss any fights. Especially, should be easy, especially that we have 2 versus 2 today. And, you know, apart from talking about empty inns during main battles, I also missed some main battles because there were like 2 going on at the same time, so at least that will not happen today. And I will admit that I'm making this stream with a bit more effort. Than usually, because you know this is a tournament game and all. What's the time? 15 minutes, a bit less even. Okay, I'm wondering about his gold. Seems like the production is running. There's a lot of gold here though. Okay, seems like... Does he have a third one? Unlikely. He's making 1 school, I guess, not 2. I don't know why he made a second one here. But you can see his space management is quite bad. You see, the problem here is that he doesn't have shortcuts here, so he has a little traffic jam already there. There should be a shortcut there, maybe. And the city is a bit longer than it needs to be honest. If he somehow, I don't know, moved the farms a bit to the right instead, make the iron buildings here. Maybe it wouldn't be the best idea from the perspective of having storehouse there, so you kind of have to build somewhere here at the start of the game. I don't know, but you know, it could be done better, I feel. You see, the serfs are quite blocked up on this road, and you know, it takes precious seconds. Still, he has already 30 iron units. We shouldn't mind the fact he has a bit less spikes, I think, because he's having 2 weapon smithies working full steam ahead, which means he'll most likely even out this gap in no time. And there's still 11 minutes. A bigger problem though is the fact that he has no armory workshop working yet. 10 minutes should be fine for making some leather though. At least 40 should be manageable. Manageable, yeah, sorry. Only 7 farms though. This is not the Jeronimo I know. Still, he will need a lot of recruits. Already needs about 30, and he's making pikes, so he'll need more than usual. I mean, more than usual when compared to people like Dima and both Mexicans. Sorry, actually I mean Mexican T, because these 2 players are both going for most standard build. Comparing what we have in barracks so far, seems like MexT has really impressive iron. There's 9.5 minutes till peacetime. He already has 27. Ridiculous. Of course, it's a really good map for iron. You probably noticed by now that every single lock here, except for Dimas, has the iron mines really close to the storehouse, like really close. Even closer than the gold in some cases. Gold isn't too far away either, but you know, usually, okay, here you have gold. Usually the locations on other maps are like this one, like Dimas. The iron is a bit far away from the storehouse, while the gold is quite close. Well, this lock is kinda strange on this map, but just like I said, it's more similar to what would happen on other maps. While all the other or at least most of the other locations in game here have slightly like the gold is slightly pushed away from the storehouse, while the iron is quite close. Going back to Mexican T's base, however, I'm not too worried about his army. But you know, it's Mexican tea, it's a class in itself. You could probably say he's gonna have a good spam before even looking at even 1 minute of this game. I wonder how much though. I'm a bit worried, to be honest, because there's 7 minutes left and not all the weapons there. These workshops are working full steam ahead. So I'm not worried about the leather amount, but okay, how many workshops does he have? 2 and 1 more. Okay, so I'm saying he'll have 30 on peacetime, but yeah, I probably should have. Maybe I'll be wrong, but iron is really nice and horses are not too bad. Should have about 8, 8, 9, and that's a lot on this map. Comparing to Mexican B, he doesn't even have a horse for scouting right now. Iron is okay. Okay, maybe let's take a closer look here. Leather isn't too bad either, but the same thing. The wooden weapons could be a bit better. 3 weaponaries, okay. But I think the sawmills are working fine. Don't be deceived by the fact that there's like no tree trunks inside. If the woodcutters are producing the tree trunks and some of them are getting here, then it's all fine. If you have a full sawmills with tree trunks falling out of the building already, then it means you have overproduction. So it's a nice thing that the buildings are working and almost empty. This probably means he didn't waste time for the stuff he doesn't need. Okay, I'm comparing quickly between MexT and Dima. Seems like Dima, if we wouldn't look at the fact that he has no horses at all, we could say that Dima has a really nice army and he can give a run for the MexT's money, but the problem is horses are quite powerful units and they are crucial in this game. And MexT has a big advantage with having them. That being said, however, it would be interesting to see how Jeronimo uses his army, but there's a little problem here. His recruits amount is really bad. That was really set in a manner of a guy who made a lot of Nazi Merchants videos. Louhi from Netherlands. When I say really, I always think of him. I don't know why, but shout out to To, also known as True or Louhi. You must have seen his videos. It's a shame he doesn't make any new ones or the streams. I'm wondering how many recruits he can make in about 3 minutes. Of course, maybe it's not that important, you'd say. Well, if he can have about 60, and that's probably not going to happen, then it will be fine. He can make later a few more. I think with this tactic you really need a third metallurgist, and that's why Jero made 3. This seems like a really nice ladder, but I'm not quite sure why he didn't make any shields. Okay, he started right now to do that. Okay, so Dima's army is quite nice. I wish he had a bit more horses, but at least one for scouting is good enough, I guess. Jeronimo's army, the amount of recruits could be a bit better, because you can see he can only make all the pikes and no bowmen at the moment. or something more balanced, perhaps. But to be really honest, maybe it isn't a problem, because it's not like they will be rushed in 5 minutes, right? Maybe I will eat my own words, but we'll see. So yeah, well, he has the recruits and he has still quite a bit of gold here, and 3 buildings are working for this. So yeah, by the time there's a fight, he should be able to put everything out of his barracks. There's 47 seconds till peacetime. Really nice leather, but not that much weapons. He'll catch up, I guess, but for now there's 30. Quite nice iron and 3 horses. This is really nice from MexB, but let's see the real deal. Whoa, this is really nice army. Similar problem, like only 30 bows, but he can catch up. This shouldn't be a problem, really. This is a massive army. Of course, Jeronimo will be spamming as well. Quick look at Dima. Too late. But we also saw his army, and his. I think he had something really similar to MexT, minus the horses. So maybe something on MexB's level. So we can see Dima and MexB should balance each other, more or less, while Jeronimo should be a bit worse than MexT. A bit is saying a lot, I guess. It's hard to compare the armies here though, because Jeronimo has a completely different strategy. Bows and pikes, while MexT has a really powerful normal star army, which I'm pretty sure in normal circumstances should win over Jeronimo and Dima. But we will see what happens. What I'm sure, however, is that Mexican is an excellent fighter and general, and the others should be on a similar level. Maybe Dima a bit better, I'm not sure. When it comes to fighting, of course. I quite expected Dima and MexT to spam when I was thinking about how this game might look like. And I wasn't disappointed, that's for sure. MexB has a really nice army as well, on par with Dima. How does Jeronimo's army translate? Like 50 pikes. It means about 32, 33 swordmen if you try to do these. Plus about 30 leather, I think, but no horses. Or maybe like 1, if he managed to do one. Sorry, no, he wasn't making any horses. No stables, and he wasn't even trying to make one for scouting. So yeah, I guess out of these 4 players, on paper, Jeronimo seems like the worst, with the 3 others being on a similar level, and MexT being the best, with really nice base and horses. So for now there's a bigger chance for Mexicans, and I'm pretty sure no matter who you ask before this game, that's the result everyone would be betting on. Mexican B and Mexican T winning over Dima and Jeronimo. But I'm happy to say that Dima and Jeronimo have armies which can definitely put up a fight. So let's keep our fingers crossed for what happens after the peacetime. We're having a break right now. This is probably a good time for myself to get some refreshment. I'll be talking all the time, just a bit less for the next 1 or 2 minutes. I think we have all the speculation out of the way anyway, so there's not much to be talking about until the real action starts again. Checking back the statistics, I have 17 viewers, and to be totally honest with you, I didn't even expect this, because this is quite late, but I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people from TeamSpeak watching this, because this is mainly I'm guessing this is mainly important game for TeamSpeak people. Because of the really high skilled players there. To those who don't know Mexicans or Dima and Jeronimo, I guess I need to say they're these players are like the top of the tops. Mexican team might be top 3 or even top 1 right now in Knights and Merchants. So this should be one of the most interesting games, I guess. At least, you know, sometimes when I'm streaming a game, I already know what will happen after peacetime when we're waiting in the lobby, and I'm not all too keen on continuing the stream because I know what will happen. Like one side will be massively overpowered because you can already see on peacetime when you see the armies, and one of the teams has a massive advantage. It's no fun to stream something like this. So I'm happy to report that this game should be quite even. I'm a bit concerned about Jeronimo's army. It's a bit lower than I'd like him to have to put up a fight because he's using a slightly different combo and has no horses. So he will need to be really good in using his advantage, which is having a lot of pikes. At least this means they will probably be unlikely to use the horses as tanks, because it's a bit harder to do that when your enemy has a massive army of pikemen. So that's one upside Dima and Jeronimo have. I said before that there's only one clanless team in this tournament. Okay, but seems like they don't have a clan either. Anyway, we're looking at Jeronimo's city and you can see his inns are empty. Shout out to Donati. And there we go. It's after peacetime already. Whoa, this is quite nice. Seems like Dima can take out almost all of his leather units, which compared to Mexicans is a nice advantage. I didn't check the recruits, however. MexB, just like you can see, he almost got everything out except for 12 units, so he still needs a bit more recruits. Mexican team has just enough. Okay, he could put 5 more out if he had the recruits needed for that. Dima needs about 13. Jeronimo needs about 30, not 13. Which is a bummer, I'd say. But like I said before, with 3 schools going full steam ahead, I'm pretty confident he can have enough recruits in no time. Like 5 minutes should be enough, perhaps 5, 10 definitely. Anyway, this is probably a good idea to show you guys how the scouting looks like. Scouting will be a bit lacking on the right side, I'm guessing. Okay. It's really important to not let your enemy go through and scout the surroundings of your base. That being said, seems like MexT will be able to scout quite a lot here. He has his horses really high here, so he'll be able to assist if necessary, but probably will not be necessary. Okay, there's a tower. No. Okay, he lived. MexB can see Jero's towers from the bottom as well, and he's gonna scout this little cliff area. Yeah, the visibility of the left side team is quite nice. Let's see the right side. Oh, could be better. Even if they win the first fight and they try to attack, it might be a bit problematic. But you can always scout after a fight. They see the bare minimum. Should be fine, unless something happens on the top here. It would be funny if they try to attack through the top. But probably not something really important. Okay, seems like MexT failed to scout past the towers. Okay, so I'll check all the empty inns. Seems like someone needs a butcher. The second one, it seems. And the gold could be a bit better. What's happening there? I cannot locate his... Ah, okay, there it is. Okay, this is a real problem. No gold and no food at the same time. So I'm guessing they might try for a quick attack then. I don't know, but these two are sure signs of... Oh yeah, okay, he just died. This is really bad. If MexT can be notices this, but I'm not sure if he does. Okay, this might be a problem from the left side. At the moment, I kind of think like Mexicans don't really know what they want to do. I would probably try blocking off one of these players, like pushing him off far away. You can see this is a nice spot for blocking off Dima. He can't really do anything else right now other than staying here. He can only push a bit, but he can't connect with Jeronimo's army. Anyway, you can see that Jero most likely has everything out of barracks. Yeah, he produced everything he could. And not even 5 minutes passed. Yeah, so just like I said, it's not important if you don't have enough recruits. Unless we are in MexB situation, which kinda sucks. Well, he still didn't notice. This is really bad. Okay. In the meantime, yeah, Mexican T's base looks much better. But let's get back to the fighting space. Let's get back to the front, where it seems like they might have realized what's happening at B space, or they just simply noticed how vulnerable Jeronimo is. So it seems like... Oh, this is interesting. Okay, I'll try to zoom out, but I don't wanna be zooming out too much in case I start lagging. So Mexican T's horses are fighting here, and this will be a GG for Dima. This is a no-brainer. You can see what's happening here, but he has quite a bit here in the back, quite a bit of melee, but you can see Mexican T attacking from all the sides. But Jeronimo didn't start fighting yet. This is interesting. I'm afraid though that this will not be too good for him, because he's not shooting yet. And he has a lot of soldiers, but only pikes. Mexican already won. Yeah, there's no chance Mexican lose this. So all hope stays here, but I'm not sure if Jeronimo will pull this off. It doesn't look too bad for him, to be honest, but he really needs those horses to deal some blows here. Or just use this, for example. Exactly, yeah, that's what I've been waiting for. Go on, Jeronimo. Don't make this game one-sided. At least he can win this fight and make it worth it for his team. He's doing a really good job, to be honest. He already killed all the melee here, and yeah, this is not too bad. They still have a chance. Okay, this is nice. I hoped that this game will not end in 5 minutes, but Dima will have a real problem, and Jeronimo will have to be very clever on what he's gonna do. If I was himself, I'd try pushing from two sides, like if I was the right side team, I mean. Dima from top with bows, and Jeronimo from the right, but it seems like Jeronimo made a critical mistake right now. There's no chance he can win this. He'll just go here to his base. No, okay, it's not too bad. Now Dima really needs to push out. The left side doesn't have a lot of melee either. And okay, Jeronimo's situation doesn't look too good, but he should be able to still manage to win this. Yeah, look at this. He killed the horses here, he's killing these ones. And this can't help here because Dima will push out. Yeah, this is extremely lucky and really nice fighting on Jeronimo's part. I'm really surprised. He doesn't have a lot left though, but he did what he could with little resources he had. Привет, mercenary. Bratiszka. I can understand that one. Anyway, seems like Jero and Dima still holding strong. Who would have thought? Really? I know they can play similar level, but I can't really believe they have a big chance to overthrow MexT and MexT. Okay, this is the time Jeronimo really needs to step up his game. He realizes that. Now Dima can make no mistake. He's shooting just like he should. MexT is an excellent fighter though, so you can see his... this might be not too good. But Jeronimo gives MexT a run for his money, really. He's dealing blows with Mexican B, and he's obviously a better fighter than Mexican B. At least in this game. But you can see now MexT will try to carry MexB for a while. Jeronimo will go back. Dima will train a little more troops. He should, by the way, do something with his production regarding making mod melee. He has quite some bows, but he needs something to fight with. The problem is, you can see Mexican T has lots of soldiers. It's gonna be much harder right now, unless they try to advance. But the problem of the left side is that, okay, they kind of fixed the city, I think. Yeah, I think MexB needs about 5 more minutes to start producing soldiers again, but he already... oh, this is a problem as well. Okay, this city definitely needs a bit more work. Dima can try to defend here, he has plenty of space here. But I'm pretty sure, okay, so that this will go as follows. MexT will deal blows with Jeronimo again, but MexT will try to go on his own. I'm really excited. This is happening to be a much more exciting game than I hoped for. Okay, this is an interesting position. So yeah, city fighting. He has a chance in the city because... Let's take a look. Okay, sorry Donati. Seems like I missed a fight, or a push at least. Unless... Well, okay. So seems like... Whatever MexB did to Jeronimo, it was effective. But Jeronimo started spamming? At least it seems so. So this might be interesting. But I'll just focus here for a little moment. Okay. No matter who wins, at least this is an interesting game for sure. I'll be so laughing at MexB after this game. He almost lost it for MexT. He still can lose it. You can see the reinforcements from MexT and Jero are quite nice. Maybe Jero no quality army, but he's starting to spam better and better, I think. And this might be what will give them the win in the long term. It all depends on how long Dima can stand and fight. Okay, what is he doing here? I'm unsure where to look, but okay, it seems like the main fight will start really soon. There's a problem though, Dima has no position and less and less bowmen. He should start deleting some of these buildings maybe, since they are not working anyway. I'm afraid MexT might just shoot him down like crap. I don't know what's the idea here. I think they might change the sides and attack Jeronimo instead. Do they see what he has here? Yeah, they see quite a lot. So they probably just catch Jero. Yeah, okay, I know what they will do. Now Jero just needs to remember. Okay, yeah, that's fine, I guess. The problem is Dima can't retaliate. He can't attack here. Okay, this might be really interesting. Okay, but the problem is Jeronimo has neither. Yeah, okay, he decides to go back, which is probably the better idea. But now they can just walk into Dima's base, I'm afraid. Or Jeronimo's. But it's really good that Jero didn't advance. I mean, he could have like 20% of a chance to win this fight here. If he had a bit more troops just to strike a few blows to this bowman, it would be really nice and it would be totally worth it. Reading back the chat from 15 minutes ago. It's funny to see people being surprised Jeronimo is making pikes. Anyway, the fight just started here, so please Donati, don't don't tell me that I missed it. Nothing happening here, so let's focus on this one. And it looks extremely grim for Dima. I won't even say he has a chance, because he doesn't. Ah well, it was close. Ah, I'm really bummed. So yeah, Mexican's excellent city was enough to carry Mexican's B's not so excellent city. Sado Gaming, I'd even say. I think there will be a fight here soon as well, a less important one, but I guess I think you will all enjoy seeing last stand of Jeronimo more than what happens in Dima's base. It wasn't that one-sided. Dima and Jeronimo shown real team spirit. I must say it again, really nice fighting from Jeronimo. And maybe one last time. Maybe Jero will try to save his teammate, but I think it unlikely. At least... Wait a second, what's happening here? Dima still is producing troops. I don't know. Are they giving them a chance? There's probably no chance though. Yeah, they could just fight with bows only and no melee, and that's enough for killing this pike, unfortunately. While the melee is finishing up the job here, Dima is still trying some guerrilla tactics. I must admit, I didn't have so much fun streaming a game since quite some time. Last couple of games were really bad, unbalanced. Okay, I guess I'll save this. So, Dima's base destroyed, everyone quit, and yeah, Jeronimo's army is dead. Let's see the kills. MexT and MexB. MexT MVP, of course. Lost about 100. Jero and Dima. They lost, so they obviously have these stats a bit worse. Obviously. But you can see MexB didn't play his best game. I think we'll be able to see on the charts. Yeah. Could have been a bit better, I guess. You can see, I think MexT just killed off some of his builders, for example, and he didn't have a starvation. MexB definitely had one. I think he fixed it in the end, at least a bit, but it could have been better for sure. This is an interesting curve of food here. But he didn't have dead people, right? Or did he? He did, okay. But he evened it out later. So maybe Jero should have paid a bit more attention to food. Might have been better for his city. But you can see every single player has some citizens dying here. Not sure if this is all, if it's only builders or something else. Best army for MexT. Closely followed by Dima and Jero, but Dima had normal army combo while Jero had pikes, so this is a bit artificial, you know. Best weapon stats go to Dima and MexT. At least the game wasn't that one-sided. Dima and Jero had a real big chance to win this. But probably somewhere here more than here, as you can see from the chat. Okay, so yeah, thanks guys, thanks for watching this. I'm really happy to see about 25 people watching this right now, and by right now I mean it's like 45 minutes after the start, because this stream, or maybe it's around peace time actually. So yeah, thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.
Sound resumed. Welcome back.
We zien
Channel
helemaal
switched.
niks, je moet kijken.
Ja.